Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs by Ronald Dahl. When little Snow White's mother died, the king, her father, upped and cried, "Oh, what a nuisance! What a life! Now I must find another wife." It's never easy for a king to find himself that sort of thing. He wrote to every magazine and said, "I'm looking for a queen." At least 10,000 girls replied and begged to be the royal bride. The king said with a shifty smile, "I'd like to give each one a trial." However, in the end he chose a lady called Miss Maclehose, who brought along a curious toy that seemed to give her endless joy. This was a mirror framed in brass, a magic talking looking glass. Ask it something day or night, it always got the answer right. For instance, if you were to say, "Oh mirror, what's for lunch today?" the thing would answer in a trice, "Today? It's Thursday, so today it's scrambled eggs and rice." Now every day, week in, week out, the spoiled, stupid queen would shout, "Oh mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror answered every time, "Oh Majesty, you're the queen sublime. You are the only one to charm us. Queen, you are the cat's pyjamas." For 10 whole years that silly queen repeated that absurd routine, till suddenly one awful day she heard the magic mirror say, "From now on, Queen, you're number 2. Snow White is prettier than you." The Queen went absolutely wild. She yelled, "I'm gonna scrag that child. I'll cook her little flaming goose, I'll skin her. I'll have her rotten guts for dinner." She called the huntsman to her study. She shouted at him, "Listen, buddy, you take that scheming child outside and make sure you take her for a ride. Thereafter, slit her ribs apart and bring me back her bleeding heart." The huntsman took the lonely child deep, deep into the forest wild. Fearing the worst, poor Snow White spake. She said, "Oh, please, give me a break." The arm was poised. The knife was strong. She cried again, "I've done no wrong." The huntsman's heart began to flutter. It melted like a pound of butter. He murmured, "Okay, beat it, kid." And you can bet your life she did. Later, the huntsman made a stop within the local butcher's shop, and there he bought for safety's sake a bullock's heart and one nice steak. "Oh Majesty, oh Queen," he cried, "that rotten little girl has died, and just to prove I didn't cheat, I've brought along these bits of meat." The Queen cried out, "Bravissimo! I trust you killed her nice and slow." And now, here comes the disgusting part. The Queen sat down and ate the heart. I only hope she could too well, because boiled heart can be as tough as hell. Well, while all of this was going on, oh where had Snow White gone? She'd found it easy being pretty to hitch a ride into the city, and then she got a job unpaid as general cook and parlourmaid to 7 funny little men, each one not more than 3'10". Ex-horse race jockeys, all of them. These 7 dwarfs, so awfully nice, were guilty of one shocking vice. They squandered all of their resources at the racetrack, backing horses. When they hadn't backed a winner, none of them got any dinner. One evening, Snow White said, "Look here, I think I've got a great idea. Just leave it all to me, okay? And no more gambling till I say." That very night at eventide, Snow White hitched another ride, and then when it was very late, she sneaked him through the palace gate. The king was in the counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlour, eating bread and honey. The servants and the footmen slept, so no one saw her as she crept, and on tiptoe through the hall, grabbed the mirror off the wall. As soon as she had got it home, she asked the senior dwarf or gnome to ask him what he wanted to know. "Go on," she shouted, "have a go." The dwarf said, "Oh, mirror, please don't joke. Each one of us is stony broke. Which horse will ring tomorrow's race? The Ascot Golden Steeplechase." The mirror answered sweetly, "Oh dear, the horse's name is, Mistletoe." The dwarfs went absolutely daft. They kissed young Snow White fore and aft, and then they rushed away to raise the dough on which to back old Mistletoe. They pawned their watches, sold their car. They borrowed money near and far. For much of it they had to thank the manager of Barclays Bank. They went to Ascot, and of course, for once, they backed the winning horse. Thereafter, every single day, the dwarfs made the bookies pay, and each was soon a millionaire, and none of them had any care. That's why gambling is not always a sin, provided, and this is a big provided, you always, always, always win.